Bethesda, known for their long list of incredible games that I'm sure many of us have fond memories of. Like me personally, I remember scamming that Dorian guy in Oblivion for infinite money. What a bozo. Time and time again, Bethesda has delivered incredible role playing experiences. And time again, it's my job to make myself miserable playing them. That's why today, it's my job to beat Skyrim and Fallout 4 and Starfield back to back to back, all within 12 hours. Come on. Crush your own skull. This is fine. Me win bomb. Wait, what the hell? Nora. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no. I gotta throat chop someone. Oh my god. No, get me out of here. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like crying. As we boot into our first game, the one and only Skyrim, let me explain some of the rules. Number 1. Each game is considered beaten when we finish the main questline, and the speedrun is over once we start the final cutscene in Starfield. Number 2. No glitches. We're here to experience the whole of Todd Howard's genius. We're here to experience the whole of Todd Howard's genius. No, that can't be the right way to say this. Number 2. No glitches. We're here to take in the entirety of Todd Howard's handiworks, meaning that we need to play them as he intended. And number 3. Don't forget to have fun. So, with the rules out of the way, we start our journey as an orc named Skyrim. Right as we're about to get executed, a dragon swoops down and saves our life, and our timer starts as soon as we gain control of our character. Go. Okay. After escaping the carnage, we get free of our binds and sprint past everyone in Helgen Keep. Since this is a speedrun, we're going to be avoiding combat as much as possible. Once out, we make a quick pit stop and pick up the Mage Stone, because the flame spell is going to be the primary source of damage for this run. Now, the game wants us to go tell the Jarl about the dragon attack, but because we have the gift of foresight, we've got a better idea. Instead, we head straight for Bleakfall's Barrow. As you can see, the primary speedrun tactic we're going to be using is an exploit that speedrunners in the community call waiting. If you press a very specific combination of keys, it'll bring up a hidden menu that lets you regain all of your health, magicka, and most importantly, stamina. Once we make it inside Bleak Falls, we turn this guy into a french fry, run past all the Draugr, and unlock this cool door before reaching the final room of the dungeon. We hear a bunch of voices coming from a wall, and after looking at it, this old fart wakes up from his nap and we take him out with the help of our Berserker's Rage power. From his body, we pick up the Dragonstone and we begin our trek to Whiterun. And now we're going to use our super Skyrim speedrun tech right here. Huh. See, that saved like 10, maybe 20 seconds. Yeah, that's another 5 right there. Ready for this one? Just kidding. I thought I could jump on the roof of that and then jump over here. Once inside Dragon's Reach, we begin talking to the Jarl and we showcase another speedrun trick. When an NPC is talking, you can sprint into them, causing them to instantly finish their line of dialogue. So, after being incredibly rude to these people we just met, the Jarl tells us that we should talk to his court wizard about a quest. That quest just so happened to be retrieving the Dragonstone, which we are ready to hand over to him. We then get some hot off the press news that there's been another dragon attack at a nearby watchtower, and after verifying that there is indeed a dragon attacking, we kill it and head back to Whiterun. The Jarl then tells us that we are a magical mystical man, and we have to climb to the top of a mountain to speak with some magical mystical men. Like the good little boy we are, we do so, and after shouting at them, they put us on another fetch quest to get the Yorn of Jurgen Yincaller. So, we take a quick carriage ride to Morthal, and after entering the ruins... Okay, whoops, Lydia, I thought you were a bandit. We sprint past all of the Draugr and jump off a cliff. We then jump off a bridge to pick up one of the most important shouts of the speedrun, Become Ethereal. More on that later. In the meantime, we solve this puzzle and sprint past some spiders before finding out that the Yorn was already been taken. We use our expert detective skills and deduce that we need to go to Riverwood to find the thief. Once there, we find out that it's the local innkeeper Delphine, and we need to go help her kill another dragon. After making it to the site, we find a nice dragon that saved us earlier, and he's resurrecting the dragon we need to kill. We quickly burst it down with flames, and after taking it out, Delphine tells us she needs our help again. This time, she tells us that we need to sneak into the Thalmor embassy with the help of an insider. So we head to Solitude and give them all of our garbage, and we disguise ourselves as a party guest before heading into the embassy. Hello, Elenwyn.
And you are?
My name is Skyrim. Pleased to meet you. After causing a distraction, we're able to slip through the embassy unnoticed, and we learn that the Thalmor have taken a man named Esbern as prisoner. We inform Delphine about him, and she tells us that they both are part of the Blades, a dragon-killing organization. She then asks for our help again. We now need to go on a rescue mission to free him, and we figure out that he's in the tunnels underneath Riften. After breaking him out, we escort him back to Delphine. Found Esbern. He's on his way.
What? You left him?
Yeah, he'll get here eventually. Come on, Delphine. Stop being so dramatic. Esbern. I've done this before and you ended up showing up, so where are you? This is getting a little bit scary. Are you kidding me? What's going on here? Esbern. Oh no. Esbern, you suck. Oh my god, Esbern. What are you still doing here? Yeah, let's be off. What are you talking about, let's be off? I went to Riverwood and I waited for you for like half a day. After breaking him out, we escort him back to Delphine, and he tells us about Alduin's Wall, a stone engraving that depicts how the original Nord heroes defeated him. Unfortunately for us, it's located in Skyhaven Temple, which is at the top of a mountain surrounded by a bunch of high-level Forsworn and a dragon. Thankfully for us, we just climb up the back of the mountain and avoid it all entirely. Once inside, we very expertly navigate through the puzzles and traps. I'm glad they're here. No, let's just keep focusing forward. I don't want to... I've never had that happen to me before. Before finally reaching the temple, we have to use our magic blood to open the front door, and after doing so, we finally reach our destination, Alduin's Wall. It's here that we learn that the ancient Nord heroes used a shout to defeat Alduin, and we're gonna need some help learning what that shout is. Thankfully for us, we've got a harem of old dudes that know everything about shouts. They don't know the shout to defeat Alduin, but they know someone who might know where we could possibly find the person that could point us in the right direction so we could find it out ourselves, and that person is their leader Parthenax. He resides at the tippy top of their mountain, and to get there, we need to shout away some winds and run past some ice wraiths. So, ice wraith, you're not a nice wraith. Do you guys get it? You guys... like an ice wraith, nice wraith, but he's not a nice wraith because he hates us. Once we make it to the top, we learn that Parthenax is actually a dragon, and to learn the Alduin killing shout, we need to find the Elder Scroll. He tells us that we need to talk to Master Arngir, but we can just skip past that part. The real person that we need to talk to is located in the icy sea north of Winterhold, in Septimus Cygnus's outpost. This old fart tells us that the Elder Scroll is in Blackreach, and he gives us some cool fidget toys to play with. So we make our way into Blackreach, running past all the enemies inside, and doing a couple speedrun tricks to skip sections of the dungeon. Okay, we're gonna go up here really quick. Okay, we're up here. Let me get out Whirlwind Sprint really quick. Yeah! Okay, we just skipped a big section right there. Let's hope that Become Ethereal lasts long enough for this. Come on! Oh my god, I felt like I was falling for a million years. So, our master plan of getting Become Ethereal ended up working out for us, and we're able to sprint through the rest of the Dwemer ruins in Blackreach until we reach the final room. In here, we fiddle with the toys we got and press a few buttons before finally solving the puzzle and revealing the one and only Elder Scroll. Now that we've got it, we head back to the throat of the world and uncover its dark and mystical secrets. On a side note, I would be so mad if I was a Moth Priest and I saw this go down. Like, I spend years training to read Elder Scrolls, and the moment I read one, I just go blind. Meanwhile, this nincompoop named Skyrim reads the first one he finds, and not a single problem with his vision. Not even a little blur. I'd be fuming. Anyways, we learn the shout that the ancient heroes used to defeat Alduin, and lo and behold, Alduin shows up immediately after. This is the hardest fight in the game, but that's not really saying much. After using our Berserker Rage power, we end up killing him in about 45 seconds thanks to the Dragonbane sword we picked up from the Blades. Instead of dying, Alduin flies off to a portal to Sovngarde. We don't know where this portal is, so we need to interrogate one of his goons in order to find out. And now, for my next trick, with the snap of my fingers, we will travel forward through time to skip the long, boring part of getting this to happen. So, now that the dragon's been captured, we ask him nicely where Alduin went, and he's kind enough to tell us. He even offers to take us there, which really makes me wonder why Alduin chose this dude as a friend. Regardless, we fly off to the ancient Nordic temple Skolthofen, where we run past all of the Draugr and use Whirlwind Sprint to enter the portal just before the Dragon Priest is able to close it. Now, we're finally reaching the end of the game. In Sovngarde, we walk through some mist until we reach the Guardian of the Hall of Valor soon. We wipe the floor with him and we're granted entry into the Hall of Valor, where we convince the ancient Nord heroes to join us in fighting Alduin. We clear the mist, and Alduin shows himself for the final time. With the help of our new friends, we make light work of him, finishing him off once and for all. Since there aren't any cutscenes or end credits in Skyrim, we officially beat the game after we get teleported back to Tamriel. Okay. And that's time. That's time. Okay. We are getting out of here. Quit the desktop. On to Fallout 4. Let's hope this goes well. Gulp. You may be wondering, Edge, why are you scared of the Fallout 4 speedrun? You're so awesome and cool and smart that surely you can beat it quickly, right? Well, Chicken Little, I'm only scared of it for the small, tiny, teeny, tiny fact that I've never actually played it before. Surely it couldn't be that hard to speedrun a game that you've never played before, right? Why is my baby so ugly? I'm a god at this game. You guys friendlies? You're not friendlies. Oh, no. Did dog meat just kamikaze? Okay, I'm definitely not in the right place, but I just cannot figure it out. Okay, someone's gonna need to tell me the answer to this. Did I like just fuck it up right there? This wasn't supposed to go this way. You guys want places to sleep and access to clean water. Like, come on, dude. What? Oh, I want a place to eat food without getting radiation poisoning. It's like, when does it end? What the hell am I doing with Fallout 4 right now? I never should have done this.
People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction.
Can I skip this?
Domestic robots.
Oh my god, I'm a dumbass. Okay, I might have clickbaited you a little bit when I said that I've never played this before. Or actually, it's not in the title or thumbnail, so I didn't actually clickbait you. I kinda just lied. In reality, I played this game on Xbox Game Pass for a few hours until I did the quest to kill Kellogg, at which point my Game Pass subscription ran out and I didn't have the money to renew it. So I've played the beginning of the game before, but I'd say it was minimal enough that I have no idea what I'm doing in the speedrun. So after talking with our ugly baby, a nice man walks up to the door and gives us a free spot in a nuclear fallout bunker. Obviously, we won't ever need to use it, but just to get him out of our hair, we sign our name on his registration form. After heading back inside and playing with baby, we learn from the man we pay to sit inside our TV that the US is getting nuked into oblivion. Me, wife, and baby hightail it out of there to the vault that I just signed us up for, and we very nearly become fried chicken when a bomb explodes just as we're on the elevator down. Or if you get attacked by a radiation dude. But we should start getting down quick. We're about to get hit by this nuke.
Oh god!
Wow. I still feel like we would certainly be dead if that happened. After stepping into this refrigerator, we take a quick nap before waking up to some people in front of wife and baby's fridge. Oh, surely nothing bad is going to be happening right now, right? It's Halloween. We're just enjoying the moment, you know? Guys, don't pay attention to the woman that just got murdered. Look at the fun little pumpkins on my neck. We shrug it off and take another nap, but this time we're rudely awakened by our fridge losing power. We loot our wife's wedding ring off her cold dead hands to pawn it off later and decide that we should scram. After punching a few bugs and picking up a pistol, we come across the Infinity Gauntlet, which we then use to call the elevator out of here. Whoa, we are in the wasteland. One of the first things to notice about this game is that the devs patched out the waiting exploit, meaning that it'll be slower when we need to travel long distances. Nevertheless, we head back to our decimated home, only to find Codsworth holding down the fort. From there, we learn that we need to head to the nearby town of Concord, and we find a cool dog on the way. Hey there, friendo.
Hey, boy.
I do know that that underneath the city or whatever, there's a creep walker or whatever they're called. We then notice a bunch of raiders that are attacking this museum, and after taking them out, we find the coolest person in the game, Preston Garvey. He tells us to go get a fusion core that's locked in the basement, and after solving today's Wordle, caves, no, fails, lover. Okay, so what if I try Spike?
There we go.
I'm a god at this game. Holy cow, this is the easiest game I've ever played in my life. We take the core and use it to power up some power armor. We then mow down some unlucky raiders, and like I predicted before, a cool monster jumps out of the ground and attacks us. Oh yeah, here's the death claw, that's what it is. More like a poop claw. This guy sucks. After taking it out and heading back to the Minutemen, Alava the Feeble tells us that she knows about our son and that we should head to Diamond City. Well, we don't really have anything better to do, so we head there and find some reporter begging to be let in. We then almost accidentally shoot the mayor before the reporter tells us something about the Institute and that we should go talk to the local private investigator Nick Valentine to see if he can help find my son. After an unsavory sequence of events, why did he say that?
There's an old vault down.
No way am I getting
Why
mixed
did
up
he
in
do
this.
that?
Looking up. Look.
Okay, I need to be a little bit more careful. We learn that Nick is missing and a certain Skinny Malone might know a thing or two. After heading to a derelict subway station, we take out all of Skinny Malone's henchmen before finding ourselves in another vault like the one we started in, and it's here that we find Nick Valentine. Hello, Nick Valentine. You're not very good at hiding the fact that you're a synth. We then begin escorting him out in a very quiet and sneaky manner before finally running into the famed Skinny Malone. Should I kill these guys?
You have any idea how much...
Didn't even try to persuade. They just seemed like the type of people I was gonna have to shoot. After making it back above ground, my Twitch chat said that I should fight the swan guy, and like an idiot, I followed their directions. Hello? Oh, here you are. Die, you swan. Oh, no. Oh, he's stuck. Like a boss. Furious Power Fist. So, after making it back to Diamond City, Nick and I do some investigating on some dude named Kellogg, and we utilize the dog from earlier to help us track him down. Just to make it more interesting, I'll do a gritty noir retelling of what happens until Dogmeat decides that he's had enough. Never thought I'd end up like this. A man out of time. Wife's dead. Son's missing. I'll be damned if I let that stop me from getting some answers. Seems like Kellogg's the man who's got him. Dogmeat's got his scent. Good to know that some things never change. Man's best friend will always be there. The dog leads us to a small pond. I can smell the faint scent of nicotine wafting through the irradiated air. San Francisco sunlights. The same cigars we found in Kellogg's apartment. Dogmeat catches a scent and marches us forward like the soldiers we are. The soldiers we need to be. Some mole rats, or whatever bastardized version of mole rats that exist today, try making a quick lunch of us. I weep for what once was, as I'm the only one cursed with knowing the before. Before the fallout. Before the bastardization. I return the mole rats to the ground from whence they came, hoping that the next time they're born, they will know of something better, like I. Like a man out of time.
So long, pal.
Did dog meat just kamikaze? Dog meat, what did you do? So, after Dogmeat's brave sacrifice, we make our way to a nearby town where we find Fort Hagen. In there, we mow down a bunch of scents and spend about 5 minutes trying to figure out what to do before finally learning we need to go down this elevator that I walked past about 10 times. After making our way through the rest of the fort, we finally find the man that we're looking for, Kellogg. Yeah, we're not talking. I know a boss fight when I see it. After taking him out swiftly and strategically, we're able to log into his computer where we find out that Kellogg delivered our son, Sean, to the Institute, whatever that is. We tell Nick that we'll meet him back in Diamond City, and on our way out, a huge airship shows up. What the hell? Let's leave. I don't want that thing to find me. Back in Diamond City, Nick tells us that we can use a brain chip that we picked up from Kellogg's corpse to hack into his mind and walk through his memories. Okay. So we head to the mind-walking doctor, and with the help of Nick's synth brain, we're transported to one of the more interesting scenes of this game. No time to worry about what's going on, we just need to go fast. And by go fast, I mean we spend almost 10 minutes meandering through his memories, but the good news is that we learned something. The reason that nobody knows how to get into the Institute is that there's no entrance. I know you may be thinking, Edge, how do you get to somewhere with no entrance? Well, my feathered friend, they teleport to and from it, obviously. We also learned that Kellogg was tracking down some scientist named Virgil, and he just happens to be in the furthest and most radiated section of the wastelands. Can I get over this? Nope. After slamming a bunch of rataways and getting scared by the local fauna, we finally find ourselves at the corner of the map, and we also find this vile, disgusting, nasty, revolting, horrid, ignoble, iniquitous creature, Virgil. Apparently, this guy's like a super genius, and he knows how to help us teleport into the Institute. We need a Courser chip, so we tune into the Courser radio, and the signal leads us straight to Green Tech Genetics. After taking out a bunch of baddies, we run into the Courser we were looking for and convince him to hand his chip over. Now that we've got it, the Mind Doctor says that we need the railroad to decode it, whatever that means. While trying to find it, we get distracted by this cool red line on the ground, and 10 minutes later, we finally find the secret hideout of the railroad. With the help of my Twitch chat, we're able to quickly solve the puzzle at the entrance, and after plugging in the password railroad, we're able to enter the railroad base. Tinker Tom here decodes the Courser chip for us, and now all we need to do is build the teleporter. So we head back to our hometown, do a quest for good old PG, and then we're finally able to build the teleporter, letting us zap into the Institute. Once we get there, we're greeted over the intercom by a man simply named Father, and after all this time, we finally find our son Sean, all grown up.
Father, help me!
You're about to get one straight to the dome, pal. Oh, what the? He's a synth. We then find out that Father is actually the real Sean, and he's the leader of the Institute. I then click through the dialogue as fast as possible and accidentally choose to side with them instead of the Minutemen. I had no idea which one to choose, but my chat told me that the Minutemen was faster, so I reloaded the save so that I could side against the Institute. This was a bad choice. To be fair, if you look up Fallout 4, which faction is the quickest, the top result tells you that it's the Minutemen. Unfortunately, the top result is wrong. Siding with the Minutemen is so wrong, in fact, that after going back to choose the side opposing the Institute, we spend the next hour doing random garbage for them and wasting all of our ammo, only to have finished 2 quests. Okay, only 5 more to go. You know what? I'm ending it. I'm not finishing Fallout 4. I don't have any ammo. I don't want to have to grind for caps so that I can buy more ammo. I'm calling it. 7:37:22, tapping out. And just like that, we admit defeat and lose the challenge. Just don't move your mouse or anything that'll show you how much time is left in the video. Of course we're not giving up. We never give up. Hello. So, as we start our second attempt at this challenge, there are a few things that I've done to prepare better for this time around. I've watched both a Skyrim speedrun as well as a Fallout 4 speedrun, meaning that now we aren't going in completely blind. Additionally, I did a tentative speedrun for Starfield, and it took me a bit over 5 hours. So, as long as we finish Fallout 4 before the 7-hour mark, we should be golden. Also, a couple shoutouts to Nuclear and Tomato Anus, as those were the speedrunners I reviewed in my preparation. The first thing that I learned from watching the Skyrim speedrun is that High Elves actually have the fastest movement speed in the game. So, we choose to be an Altmer named Skyrim. Don't worry, we're going to skip through most of the things that we've covered before in order to save time in the Edge Omega Makes a YouTube video speedrun. So, just as we're about to get executed, a dragon comes to save our life, and the timer starts as soon as we get control of our character. Okay? Timer starts now. Okay. No, I'm... Come on. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to redo this a little bit. Thank you, Todd Howard. I'm blaming you for this one. So, our timer decided to stop working, but after a quick fix, we're able to officially start our speedrun. Okay? Okay, we have control. Now we start our live split. Okay, we're starting. Dude. Okay, so after reinstalling the timer software, we officially start the Bethesda Gauntlet speedrun. We get free of our binds, escape Helgen, and get to Bleak Falls Barrow in record time. Is beating all 3 games in 12 hours actually reasonable? Maybe. After taking the Dragonstone, we head to Riverwood and let everyone know about the dragon attack and also take everything Girder owns. What's the current strat for a Skyrim speedrun? Be a lot better than I am. That's the real strat. The strat that we're going for is using our superior game knowledge in order to know exactly the quickest ways to get places, like this. Take me to jail. Okay. We just fast traveled to Whiterun. We turn in the Dragonstone, deal with the dragon attack, and then introduce ourselves to the Greybeards. Their tuba is stolen by the innkeeper who wants us to kill a dragon. Now talk to me. Gods above. Gods above. Gods above. Yes, you do owe me some answers. We then sneak into the Thalmor Embassy, rescue this Esbern dude, and then learn how to defeat Alduin. Okay, we have opened our bodies and received the Greybeard's voice, and we've tasted it all. We have a brief talk with the leader of the Greybeards before heading to Winterhold to showcase one of the few things that I decided to take from the speedrun I watched. Okay. Skip. Take me to jail. We are here, and we unlock this cage. This doesn't usually happen. We unlock this cage. This is embarrassing. We unlock this cage. There we go. See, it happens to a lot of gamers my age. Which way are we heading? Like right here-ish. Okay. See, this is a speedrun right here. We talk to the old dude, summon this dragon for no real reason, and then grab the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. With it, we summon Alduin, who we kill, but not really. We then gather some people for a peace treaty before trapping a dragon in Whiterun. We then set him free, and he swoops us off our feet and takes us to a temple. We jump into a portal to Sovngarde, talk to some old glowing farts, and then take out Alduin for the final time. Okay, we're done with Skyrim. We're not done with Skyrim yet. We're almost done with Skyrim. The game isn't over until we return to Tamriel. We're done. Okay. Game over. As we start Fallout 4, my Twitch chat hit the sub goal for one of my mods to give me a haircut, which was not only very distracting for me trying to speedrun, but also I had to let one of my mods give me a haircut. This is a great time for me to mention that I've got channel memberships. If you're looking to support me, you can become a channel member and you'll get access to a bunch of extra content, like how my haircut went, or my Halloween stream, or the first video I ever made.
Okay, I got this.
You know, stuff that regular people don't care about, but you weirdos might enjoy. Now that I'm done shilling for myself, we sign up for the vault, and after the explosion, we begin heading to the vault before me went bomb. Wait, what the hell? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that I could fall that up. So we head to the vault, fall asleep, baby gets stolen, and we're about to make it back outside when our Pip-Boy bugs out and prevents us from exiting the menu. So after a quick reload, we actually make it back out and we can begin our journey. We head home, we head to Concord, and we head to Diamond City. After rescuing Nick and taking out Skinny Malone's crew... Oh! That was quick and easy. We have to sit through a 1.5-minute loading screen. We then decide to actually kill the swan this time, just in case we run into problems with ammo in the future. Guys, that might not have been my brightest moment. Now die. Now die. Now die. Okay. Okay, it died. And we got the Furious Power Fist. With that foul beast down, we head back to Nick's detective agency where we utilize a speedrun trick that I picked up in preparation for round 2 of Fallout. I think that I saw that if you shoot people then it speeds up dialogue. I think I heard wrong. After tracking down Kellogg and taking him out, we remove his brain and gaze at the massive pride wind flying over us.
We are the Brotherhood of Steel.
Whoa. Like the Brotherhood of Poop. We then head to the Brain Lady, enter Kellogg's memories, steal this fat man, and then cross the glowing sea. How do I get there? You guys aren't ready for this gameplay? Huh! After making it to Adamtown, we talk to Mother Adam, and she tells us where to find Virgil right before all hell breaks loose. Oh, what is... What? What is that? No, I don't like this place. I don't like this place. I don't like this place. After meeting and talking with Virgil, he tells us to go find a courser. Gonna be someone that's like shooting a missile or something. Yep, there's the guy that's shooting a missile or something. There's a lot of missiles that are being shot right now. Am I supposed to dodge these lights? Psh, easy. Game too easy. Game for babies. I think that I just gotta kill this guy, but I'm quick saving just in case. Whoops. Yep. Don't worry about it. Power fist. Die. Die. Oh my god. After beating him to a bloody pulp, we get an awesome new gun, and after waiting 40 seconds on a loading screen, we head off to go find the railroad. Okay, I know a speedrun trick, and you guys have to wait and brain turned off. Yep. You guys have to wait and see what it is. Am I going the right way? That's a custom destination, jackass. I didn't need to go here. We go left. No. 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 What the hell? What was that? 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 What? Was that one of the kamikaze dudes? Oh my god, that was horrifying. Hey, here we are. So, now that we're here, we make our first real deviation from our first attempt as I showcase one of the things that I learned from the speedrun video I watched. This is where the speedrun strats come in. Just give me 1 second here, just one quick second. Oh my god. After killing all of the people that were about to help us, we used Tinker Tom's terminal to decode the Courser chip we just got and take it back to Virgil. He tells us to build the teleporter and yada yada yada, it's done. Now we can officially fork off of our previous attempt. After talking with our fake kid and talking to real kid, we agree to help him and join the Institute. Those who are wondering why this is faster, it's because the Institute quests are generally short and sweet. There are 9 Institute quests, and one of them was just destroy the railroad, which we've already done, meaning that there's only 8 quests to go. Now, don't worry, I hear you little birds chirping that the Minutemen have less quests, and that's true. There are 8 that you need to do, trimmed down to 7 since we've already saved them in Concord. However, part of the Minutemen questline is recruiting 8 settlements, meaning that we would need to run all around the wasteland, clearing raider camps and making out with robots or whatever they want us to do. So all in all, it's faster just to go with the Institute, and our first job is to introduce ourselves to the team. After wandering around aimlessly for much longer than we should have, we finished giving out our hi how are yas, and we're now allowed to fast travel to and from the Institute. So with all that out of the way, we're given our first real task of retrieving a rogue synth. Sure, it's probably got some faulty programming or something. It's not our job to question it. After accidentally interrupting a race, we come upon a large ship with a ton of raiders guarding it. Instead of fighting through them tooth and nail, we show off another speedrun skip. Okay, super secret speedrun tactic coming in hot. Right here. Oh my god! Oh, we're just gonna run right past that. Success! Right after telling our friendo here that we'll try to avoid combat, we completely forget about it less than a minute later and kill the synth we're after. X6 really doesn't like that though, so we decide to reload our save and take him in peacefully. In my defense though, when we ran into Tommy Salami and Kellogg and their gangs of rabble-rousers, killing them went fine and dandy. Anyway, after turning the Institute's property, our father-son pats us on the back and puts us in charge of retrieving a bunch more synths. Wow, that's a lot of faulty programming. Are we just abducting all of these synths, which, from what I've gathered, probably have free will? I guess we gotta do what we gotta do. This time though, they're under the protection of both the Brotherhood of Steel and the railroad somehow? It's not our job to question orders though. So we run in circles around the Washington Monument while getting shot by a small army, before Twitch chat reminds me that I don't actually have to do any of this, and I can just kill my Courser friend and end the quest early. Unfortunately, Father doesn't like that we acted out, but like all good manipulators, we just tell him that we love him and all is forgiven. Level up. What? With our hearts shattered that our son just got smited and reduced to ash right in front of us, we head back to the Institute, only to find that Clone has already replaced him. During a meeting with the board of directors, it's revealed that once Father passes away, his father will be the one to replace him. We then get sent on a mission to retrieve a beryllium agitator, but at this point we already know that retrieving just means stealing from where it belongs. And where it belongs is the Mass Fusion Building, a huge and towering power plant that used to power Boston, but now it just serves as being the home to a huge elevator fight sequence. Thankfully though, there's a simple 3-step speedrun skip that lets us avoid the elevator entirely. Step 1. Get in your power armor. Step 2. Teleport to Mass Fusion. And Step 3. Jump off of Mass Fusion. After retrieving our power armor from Concord, we head back to the Institute and teleport to the top of the Mass Fusion Building. Unfortunately for us though, my teeny tiny cute smooth brain can only store 2 things at once, and we forget to do the most important step of jumping off of Mass Fusion. While we wait through this elevator sequence, I won't ask you to like or subscribe, but what I would love for you to do is comment. I asked you guys to comment on my last video, and yeah, it ended up helping the video out a lot. So this time, comment down below what your favorite Bethesda game is. Mine's Oblivion, because I really like the conjuration system, and it's the first Bethesda game I ever played, so it gets bonus nostalgia points. So 5 minutes later, we get off the elevator and steal the beryllium agitator. Unfortunately, this sets off the alarm and we need to defeat the mall security guards before we can continue. Die. Did it miss? Thankfully, with our overpowered weapon, comboed with our power armor, the Paul Blart wannabes weren't too much of a problem. After bringing the power core back to the Institute, Father tells us to go recruit some rando out in the wasteland to help with the power core we just got. There's some guards outside of his house, but we take them down easily enough. Speak to Enrico Thompson. No! Get me out of here! We then head inside, where we find T.S. Wallace holed up in his bathroom. In an attempt to coax him out, we tell him to calm down and then to shut up, but unfortunately, his iron will was able to withstand our siren calls. So we call upon Zeus to smite him and call it a job well done as we head back to Father. Now that the Institute's pieces are well in play, our first act of taking the reins from Sean is to send a message to the people of the Commonwealth. In order to do this, we head to Diamond City, where we barge into the Radio Shack and very quickly and masterfully fix this guy's equipment. Not if we swap these.
Hey.
Buttons. Dials. Yes! Travis, you're lucky I don't shoot you where you sit right now, just for speaking to me. Sorry, I just meant, like, I want to use the radio. So, with the radio equipment ready to broadcast, we send our message that the Institute is real and that we are peaceful. As long as you don't try to stop us, then we will atomize you. We then meet back up with Father in the Institute, and we get to do the honor of plopping the beryllium agitator in the reactor. Father then wants us to go to another board meeting, but this time we'll be acting as director. It's here that we learn about the final plans of the Institute. Remember 30 seconds ago when I said that the Institute would atomize its enemies? Well, now it's time for us to atomize our enemies. Let's see, first on the list to go is... okay, already got that one covered. Apparently the Minutemen aren't big enough to be a threat either, so we don't really need to worry about them. The only people left we need to take out are... the Brotherhood of Steel. I'm sure this will be a piece of cake. Before we do anything, we need some details from a certain Dr. Lee, who is adamant at preventing us from finishing the game by bugging out whenever we try to talk to her. She then refuses to speak to us until we leave the room and come back, where she tells us that our target is their headquarters at the Boston airport. It's our job to infiltrate the base, destroy their shields, and then use a synth to hack into their big bad weapon, Liberty Prime. Easy as that. After getting back in our power armor, we're teleported to the airport where we're met with a bunch of Brotherhood guards. We decide that the best course of action is to try killing them all, which doesn't end up working out too well for us. Oh, so after teleporting back to the airport, we decide this time to just run past all the guards and focus on destroying the shield generators. Once that's done, we head to the Iron Giant where the Hacker Man synth spawns. Now it's our job to defend it while we get bombarded by their Brotherhood soldiers and a vertibird. After taking out the helicopter and taking in the beautiful wasteland fauna... What the? Is that a gorilla? What the Fallout 4 is going on? The synth successfully hacks into Liberty Prime, and we make a mad dash to get out of there before the bomb hits the fan. A headless courser then shows up and teleports us out of there, where we get to watch the destruction of our final adversary. With that out of the way, our last mission is to let Father know that we finished the job. Finally, after all this time, Sean can retire and we can spend the rest of our lives together. Hooray!
I lost Sean.
Hooray!
All over again.
Hooray! Finally, after watching the ending cutscene, we're able to finish Fallout 4 for the first time ever. Unfortunately for us though, we are in dire circumstances. If you remember back when we started Fallout 4, I mentioned that our previous Starfield speedrun attempt took us a little over 5 hours, and that we would need to finish Fallout 4 before the 7-hour mark in order to have a chance at beating the challenge. We are way behind where we need to be, and I'll need to somehow find an hour of time save in Starfield. However, if there's one thing that we're not, it's quitters. You know, except for earlier in the video where we quit in the middle of Fallout 4. So, as we load into Starfield, if you haven't gotten the gist of this video yet, let me spell it out for you very clearly. I will be going over the story of this game. That's the entire point of the challenge. So, if you don't want spoilers, then play the rest of this video with your eyes and ears closed so that I still get to show you ads and make money. With that out of the way, we begin our Starfield journey by descending into the mines of the moon Vectera. Did you know that this guy can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters away?
Yeah, and the fact that I can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters.
Whoa! Thanks, Heller. Very cool. Once we make it in the cave, we pick up our very own trusty-dusty mining laser. Wow, it sure would suck if we had to play this entire game using only this weapon. Thankfully, we only need it to destroy a few rocks before a new section of the cave is discovered. After sprinting through the new area, we come upon some weird chunk of metal. Well, our job is to mine some metal, so might as well. Whoa, what was that? That's crazy. Whoa. After that crazy acid trip, we wake up and explain that our name is Starfield. Now that we're out of the starter area and have free will, we head to a gate with a master lock. Thankfully though, we're able to just reach through the gate and pick up a boost pack that's lying around. After doing that, we take this guy's sandwich for no real reason, and we're now ready to take our first steps outside. Whoa. Now we're Starfielding. We then grab a bunch of explosives and set them in a very specific part of this outpost before we talk to this nice man Barrett who just landed. Unfortunately, a bunch of pirates are here to yuck our yums, but we're able to take them out with a single explosive barrel. Now that that fiasco is over, Barrett says that the artifact we picked up earlier is pretty snazzy, and he wants us to show it to his little explorers group known as Constellation. He then gives us his ship for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but hey, we've got a ship now. After taking off, we get attacked by a few pirates again, and after taking them out, we decide to confront the source of the problem and head to the planet the pirate captain is on. Now, typically, we would need to clear Starfield's version of Bleak Falls Barrow, but thanks to the boost pack we grabbed earlier, we're able to skip the whole thing and jump right onto the roof. It's here that we find the Crimson Fleet captain, and after a brief conversation, we take him out pretty easily. In a nearby chest, we find a new boost pack that gives us a whopping 25% oxygen, which is this game's version of stamina, consumption reduction. So, now that the pirates are off our tail, we head to the planet Jemison, where the Constellation group is planted in the main city of this game, New Atlantis. After sprinting to their HQ, the Lodge, we get to meet the gang and we add our artifact to their collection. They've got a lead on another artifact and we need to go to Mars to check it out. Once there, we learn that the person we actually need to talk to is a dude named Mora, who's hovering around Venus. There's a bunch of cultists nearby, but thankfully we're able to sneak around them. We're getting close. At least we don't have to fight those guys. We managed to avoid them. Like I said, at least we don't have to fight them and we were able to avoid them. After taking them out, we learn that actually Mora isn't even here and he's been taken hostage by some spacers near the moon. After docking, we fight our way through the enemies before finding a slate that says Mora escaped and is now orbiting Neptune. After making our way there, we finally find Mora's ship, which immediately starts attacking us. We destroy its engines and then board it, where we find that it's been commandeered by some spacers. After taking them out, we finally find Mora injured in the cockpit. Since we just saved his life, he rewards us with the artifact we came for, and we dip out. And we say sayonara to Mora's ship, right after we completely and utterly destroyed it. We return to the lodge and place the artifact with the others, and we get word that another Constellation member, Vladimir, needs to speak with us. He's located on the Constellation satellite named the Eye for some reason. I don't really know, but we don't have time for questions. Vladimir gives us a couple different tasks. He's located a couple more artifacts that we need to grab, and he also wants us to check in with a Constellation member, Andreja, who's been MIA. Okay, I don't know if... What the hell? Hey, guy. Asshole. We make our way to an isolated cave where we're able to pick up one of the artifacts we're meant to fetch, and then on our way to grab the other, we find Andreja literally slaying. She says that the artifact is deeper in the cave, but it's being guarded by a bunch of spacers. We don't have time for that, so we just run past all of them straight to the artifact. We got another artifact. Artifact Iota. I don't care one iota about this artifact. Okay, Andreja. Hello. Oh, we're very close. After getting back on track, we leave the cave and head to Aquila City, where we're joined by this beautiful cowboy, Sam Coe. He's another member of Constellation, and he thinks that there's an artifact nearby. And after getting lost in his pretty eyes, we head into town. I wonder if we could just go there. If we don't, we don't need the map or anything. We can just go. Let's try it. Let's have some fun. Let's try some new things. Okay, I think that it's roughly this direction. No, it's definitely not in that cave there. Man. After wasting our precious time, we head into town to find that everything's on pause due to a hostage situation in a bank. For some reason, the marshal puts us in charge with taking the criminals down, which we do easily. Down in the locker room, Sam claims that a map is waiting for us, but after opening his locker, we find that it's been replaced with a note. The note was written by his father, and after hashing out some family drama, he agrees to give us the map. Unfortunately, the cave with the artifact is crawling with some gang members, but after taking them out, we finally reached the artifact we came for. As we're leaving, we find a super powerful shotgun that'll definitely come in handy later. We head back to the lodge and place our artifacts before heading back to the Eye to speak with Vladimir. He claims that he's detected a weird anomaly, and as the newest member of the team, obviously it's our job to figure out what's going on. While following the signal, I begin coming to terms with the fact that we probably won't be beating the challenge. Okay, we're almost at the 9-hour mark. Almost 3 hours left. I don't think that we're doing it in 12 hours. Despite our looming failure, we find the source of the anomaly in some weird temple thing. Inside, there's zero gravity, and after chasing some butterflies for a while, the spinning ring in the middle stops, and we begin channeling its energy. Whoa. Now this is Starfield. And we Starfield all over the place. After another one of those funky visions, we come to outside of the temple with a weird feeling of power inside of us. That's right, we are the Dragonborn, and we're here to save the world from Alduin. No, that's a different, better game. In this game, we just have simple powers, which are essentially shouts, but they've got less soul to them. Get it? Like, dragon souls? After showcasing our anti-gravity power to the Constellation crew, Vladimir gives us the coordinates on another anomaly he's found, and we also decide that it's time to go pick up Barrett from Vectera, where we left him at the beginning of the game. Unfortunately, he's been abducted by some pirates, along with Heller. Hey, that's the guy that can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters. But after listening to an emergency transmission, we learn that they've been taken to the moon Prax. After making it there, we find a crashed ship and an injured Heller. He tells us that after the ship crashed, Barrett got abducted again by some pirates. Thanks, Heller. Good luck with tending to your wounds and getting off this moon. Thanks to Helium's input, we know exactly where to go, and as we prepare to fight through hell and high water, we find Barrett just having a casual chat with the pirates. Apparently, he was able to win them over, and after a quick persuasion check, we're able to bust him out without any fighting. Before returning him to the lodge though, we had to go get the power Vladimir mentioned earlier. From here on out, I'll just mention that we go get a power or an artifact whenever we do so without going into detail, because it's usually a pretty uneventful process. This power is essentially just Fusro Da, but less cool. We then pick up another power, and this one is the most important one for the speedrun. Whenever we use it, our oxygen immediately gets refilled. When paired with our oxygen usage reduction, we can pretty much use it whenever our O2 is low, giving us infinite sprint. Wait, infinite sprint? That's right. This hidden personal atmosphere power is an Easter egg referencing the waiting exploit that was in Skyrim.
At Bethesda, we believe video games do one thing better than anything else. They transport us.
Thank you for transporting me, Todd Howard. After finally returning Barrett to the lodge, the wealthy investor of Constellation, Walter Stroud, wants to bring us on a mission to recover an artifact. This time, instead of heading to a remote cave or heading to a remote cave with enemies, we head to the futuristic cyberpunk city of Neon. Here, Walter's got a business meeting set up with a dealer, and thanks to a lucky persuasion attempt, we're able to land the deal without any combat. Well, not any immediate combat. Unfortunately, the original owner of the artifact was Walter's rival company, Slayton Aerospace, who knows about our deal and isn't happy that we've got their artifact. They've also impounded our ship, so the only way out of this is by confronting the CEO. Obviously, when I say confront, I mean we sprint through what was supposed to be a stealth section and kill a few of his workers.
Whoops, missed my deep shot.
Thankfully, the CEO is a sweetheart, and we're able to convince him that it's okay that we have his stolen artifact, and also that it's okay that we killed his workers. Thanks, guy. We call it a job well done, and we're on our way to grab another power when a weird spaceship appears. They claim that they're the Starborn, and they've confronted us because we're getting too close, whatever that means. It's probably nothing, so we go ahead and grab that power we were on our way to get before we're so rudely interrupted. This one basically gives us thermal vision, which is useful in a regular playthrough, but we won't need it for the speedrun. Back at the lodge, we let the crew know about the Starborn ship, and then immediately execute this poor dude, Mateo. I'm sorry, Mateo. While Mateo recovers from taking that like a champ, the rest of the crew mentions that we should be careful, as it seems the Starborn are after the same artifacts that we are. Well, time to get another artifact, I guess.
Wait, we're actually making insane progress. What? We are so much further than we were yesterday. What's going on? It took us forever to get here. What? Am I dumb?
Yes. I was right in thinking that we were doing this quest far earlier than in our practice attempt, but really, it's just because I did the quests in a different order. We are still going faster than we expected, but not by 2 hours like I thought here. It's still a long shot that we'd be able to finish within the 12-hour time frame. As we're about to grab this artifact, we get ambushed and come face to face with the mysterious Starborn. After giving him the Mateo treatment, we grab the artifact and then pick up another power, essentially just a weaker whirlwind sprint, before finally grabbing another artifact. Hey, there's another Starborn here to ambush us. We gun him down and bring our artifacts back to the lodge, and then Vladimir asks us to help make some repairs on the eye. He also gives us some info about a traveling rare item collector that might have an artifact. We flag down a ship and convince him that we're okay to dock, and after another lucky persuasion, he agrees to let us see it. After that masterful heist, we get the collector to tell his crew not to kill us, and we're able to get out without a single scratch. We return the artifact to the lodge, but the Starborn are attacking the eye. We're given the option to either go and protect the eye or stay and defend the lodge, and we decide to stay because it's faster. Sorry, Vladimir. With the help of Walter, we're able to buy some time for Noelle to gather up all of our artifacts, and after she does so, we escape through the basement into the Undercity. Unfortunately, the Starborn are still chasing us, so we sprint to the spaceport and escape on our ship. In space, a Starborn ship named Scorpius confronts us and confirms that they are after the artifacts just like us. Wait, if they're after the artifacts, then why have they been ambushing us this whole time? Why not just grab the artifacts? Are they stupid? Anyways, they also say that if we get more artifacts, we might glimpse the Unity, which I'm sure isn't important. After all that mumbo jumbo, we head to the eye, which is mostly intact, except for Barrett has been murdered.
Hey.
Too bad. I liked that guy. Oh well. After helping out the rest of the crew, Noelle gives us an armillary, which lets us keep the artifacts on our ship rather than at the lodge. Speaking of the lodge, we return to a ravaged New Atlantis when our good pal Mateo says that he wants our help doing some digging on this Unity that the Starborn mentioned. After talking to the local star priest and some other religion heads, we piece together enough rumors to learn that we need to head to Endem 2 to find more about Unity. Once there, we find a remote outpost named Pilgrim's Rest, with a bunch of notes scattered around. We don't need to read them because I already know what they say, But essentially, this pilgrim dude was a starborn, and all religions are misinterpretations of the unity, in that his biggest flaw is that he cares too much and he needs more hands. Regardless of how many hands he has or how many he needs, we're able to use his notes to answer some security questions that lead us to his final writing. Here, he says that we can find out the whole truth on the moon Hyla 1A with the Scorpion's Sting. Ah, a scorpion! I'm gonna kill it! Stop. If you thought that, then you are wrong. Because these scorpions are nice scorpions. I guess they're not really scorpions, are they? But they're gentle giants, even though they're ugly as hell, and I hate them. Here, we find a weird glyph that lets us control some lights, and it ends up pointing us to the tail of the Scorpius constellation. Once there, the starborn ship Scorpius... Really? We used the Scorpion's Sting to lead us to the Scorpius constellation where we find the Scorpius ship? This all just feels a little too on the nose for me, but whatever. We board the ship and find two starborn. The hunter who attacked the eye, and a new one, the emissary, who seems more benevolent and actually wants to help us. Holy shit, it's Barrett. Not our Barrett, but one from a different universe. And this is where we get the whole story about what's going on. I'll explain it quickly. We live in one of infinite universes, and the Unity connects them all. Once you get all the artifacts in a universe, you're able to enter the Unity, where you take a one-way Mario pipe to another universe. Once you do this, you become Starborn, and you're given Daft Punk suit and your very own ship. The more artifacts you have, the more powerful you become, which is why the Starborn have been trying to take our artifacts, letting them go to the Unity again, get more artifacts in another universe, in an endless Ouroboros cycle. Wait, why did that guy need more hands again? Now that we know the truth, Other Barrett considers us worthy of becoming a Starboy and wants to help us reach the Unity. The Hunter, holy shit, it's the Star Priest from earlier. What next? Are we gonna find Starborn Heller? You know, he can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters. The Hunter says that he's not gonna stop trying to collect all the artifacts and that he won't go easy on us, and as we're leaving, Other Barrett tells us that we can learn more about the secrets of the artifacts on the moon. What moon? That moon. There's a research base here, and we listened to an audio log of the very first grav drive humans made. After claiming that they broke physics, Mercer Frey mentions that he'll never admit where he got the original data for the grav drive. That's a little suspicious, so we decide to head to the good old rock you and me call home to learn more. At NASA headquarters, we head inside and fight through a bunch of defense robots as we head deeper into the facility. And as we head deeper, the gravity keeps getting weaker, until eventually we experience zero gravity. In the final room, we press a button that turns the gravity back to normal, and we learn from an audio log that the very first artifact was found on Mars by Mercer Frey. When he grabbed it, a Starborn version of himself told him how to create grav drives, but that doing so would destroy the Earth's atmosphere. As we can see, Mercer chose to sacrifice the Earth in order to travel the stars, which is how we got to where the Starfield universe is today. With that boring backstory out of the way, we grab the artifact they were researching and run back to the entrance we came from. Uh-oh, more Starborn are here to take the artifacts. Since they're so hard to kill, we just run past all of them until we reach the exit, where we're then greeted by Beavis and Butthead. They basically give us the option to side with one of them if we want to, and we choose to side with Other Barrett because he's been such a sweetie pie. After returning to the lodge to fill Constellation in on the whole Unity deal, Walter gets a little stage fright. Walter and I are having a very engaging conversation right now. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, we're not doing this one right here. We're not doing this one. I'll go f myself. Thankfully, we've got a recent autosave, so we don't need to backtrack that much. But since we're so close to the deadline, every second matters. Speaking of every second mattering, we've got a huge problem on our hands. Vladimir gives us the locations of the remaining artifacts, but one of them is too far of a grav jump for our ship to get there. In our practice attempt, we were scrambling to figure out how to make this jump, and after failing to find a good grav drive at any ship technician, we had to do the entire Mantis side quest in order to get a ship that could make the jump. Thankfully for us, we've been much smarter this time around. You see, there's a perk that lets us increase our grav jump range, and unlike in our practice attempt, we've been putting our points into it this whole time. With it, we have a 30% increased grav jump range. Now, I only did a rough mental calculation before, but it should be good enough. Our ship has a 16 light year range, and we only need to jump 21 light years. This means that with our 30% increase, we're at 20.8 light years. Just point 0.2 off. Since we can't make the jump, we're going to need to do the whole Mantis quest, which means that we're not going to be able to beat the challenge, and the run is over. Hey, the ship technician has a grav drive with a 17 light year range. That means with our perk, we're at 22 light years and the run is saved. Well, not exactly saved. We would still need to play perfectly for the rest of the run, and even then, there would only be a tiny chance that we finish in 12 hours. On our way to pick up an artifact, with only an hour left in the challenge, we sort of come to this realization ourselves.
I think that we've been just passing it off, but I think that we're gonna have a serious damage problem coming up because we have a lot of level 30 Starborn. What the hell? We have a lot of level 30 Starborn that we're gonna need to kill. We're sort of just avoiding combat as much as we can, and it's been working, but that won't work in the future.
And after grabbing an artifact, the reality of the situation begins to set in.
Guys, I think that we are beyond the ability to beat this within an hour. I hate to say it. This quest that we're about to start, it's going to take at least 45 minutes, and then there's no way that we finish the final dungeon in 10 minutes.
I just mentioned it, but this next quest is a doozy. It's by far the longest and most convoluted quest in the game, and there are plenty of opportunities for us to make poor decisions and lose time here. If there's any chance for us to win, we're gonna need to play perfectly here. As we make it to the location of the final artifact, we're met with a distress signal claiming that there was some kind of explosion, but when we land at the research base it came from, they have no idea what we're talking about. The security guard declares a code yellow emergency, which is what I say when I've had 1.5 beers, and we join him to explain to the head honcho what's going on. We clearly have no idea what's going on because we suddenly get phased into the Stranger Things dimension. Here we find the person that launched the distress signal, Raphael. He claims that their research went haywire and exploded, with him being the only one who survived. He also begins to tell us about some sort of distortion before we're pulled back into our world. When we reach the head scientist, she claims that Raphael died in an accident regarding their research. After getting pulled to and from the alternate dimension multiple times, we learn that they're doing research on an artifact, and the only way to fix things is to shut down the machine containing it. One final visit to the above world, and a scientist is able to fine-tune the machine to let us pass between realities at certain points.
Why is there a heart in this equation? I don't think that they know what they're doing. This is Steven Universe math.
After speaking with the director one final time, we're left with a choice. When we shut down the machine, whichever reality we're currently in will be left as the only reality, and everyone in the other reality will cease to exist. Meh. We've got other things to worry about. After descending to the research area, we now need to traverse the rooms and go through reality warps in order to reach the machine. This is where the greatest possibility for us to mess up is. At any given time, there are multiple warps for us to go through, and there's only one correct order of warps that leads us to the machine. We'll need to play with 100% brain power in order to pull this off, but these are the situations I thrive in.
Okay, grab that, unlock the door. I think that we're already moving faster than we did last time. There's got to be a place to switch in here. Yep. Okay, we got to get into this computer. The place to switch is over here. Security system, override lockdown. Okay, let me grab this. Let me take this. Okay, let me come over here. I'm gonna go to the good side. Oh my god, I feel like I'm going Super Saiyan mode. I'm just going insane. I know exactly where to go. Why is that door not open? I feel like I'm going Super Saiyan mode. I know almost exactly where to go. Accelerator, security system, override lockdown. Get to the lab. Okay. Went through here. Take this. And get some more O2. Okay, avoid all the little dudes. Okay, and then we take this swapper. Probably take this, just because I don't know what else we would do. There's a swapper in here, but why? Here. This is what it helps me with. Okay, then we drop down here. Come up here. There's a swapper. There's a swapper around here. Here it is. Okay, we get our oxygen. There we go. Okay, we're here. Okay, 1. 2. 3, 4, 5. How do I get down there? Here? That works. Oh my god, I almost died from it. Holy shit. This is fine. Activate. Okay. Okay. Grab the artifact. Oh my god. Oh my god. I went insane right there. Holy shit. Yeah, we just saved a ton of time right there. So much time that we've now got a fighting chance at beating the challenge. It still won't be easy, but we can see the finish line. After congratulating Raphael for surviving and being the only person left, and the reason that all the people in the alternate reality were destroyed, we call it an honest day's work and begin the final quest. After heading back to New Atlantis for the final time to stock up on ammo, we head to recover the only artifact that we're missing in a buried temple on Masada 3. As we approach the planet, we run into the hunter again, who then begins to attack us with a bunch of other Starborn. Thankfully, other Barrett comes to our aid, and together we're able to take them out pretty quickly, but the hunter flees to the buried temple. As we land, we've only got 25 minutes left in the challenge, and this last section is incredibly slow. This has to be it. No reason to be anxious. I need to beat this in 25 minutes or I explode in real life. This last stretch isn't anything like Skyrim or Fallout 4. We will be going up against strong enemies with strong weapons, and there's a serious possibility that we'll die. If we die, we will lose the challenge. No doubt about it. So again, we need to play perfectly. As we head towards the entrance of the temple, we're met with a bunch of Starborn Guardians. These guys are much stronger than the Starborn we fought before. They have full armor, good weapons, and on top of all that, they can use the Starborn powers just like us. After finally taking them out, we head closer to the temple entrance where we need to kill a bunch of mercenaries and another Starborn Guardian. After swapping to my strongest weapon and taking them out, we're able to enter the temple and start the last leg of this challenge. We got a weapon that seems pretty strong. We got 15 minutes. We might be able to do it. I don't want to believe, because I know how much pain it'll be if I fail. Not that much pain, but I want to do it. Despite our optimistic attitude, we can't get comfortable yet. My new gun is very powerful, but incredibly slow, so I'll need incredible aim in order to hit the headshots that'll save us enough time to win. As we continue through the temple, we find another warp that leads us to the beginning of the game. After we run past Lynn and Heller, who can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300 meters, we reach another warp that teleports us into a large room with more Guardians. We're able to kill them quickly with some nice headshots, and after doing so, we're able to unlock the door to the final area of the temple. 14 minutes. After continuing forward, we find another warp that leads us to the Collector. Okay. He tells us that we're nothing but a thief, and considering all of the artifacts that we've thieved, I'd say he's pretty spot on. He then tries to prevent us from getting the last artifact, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't have the steel-plated skull that Mateo has. After warping back to the temple, we go on a long elevator ride to the bottom level. 12 minutes. We warp again, this time to the Eye. Vladimir is holding the corpse of us from another universe, and he lets us go to finish our mission. After warping back to the elevator, we reach the deepest section of the temple, 11. As we approach the doors of the inner sanctum, we're ambushed by a final Guardian and a bunch of duplicates. The duplicates aren't important, and we only need to kill the Guardian. After he goes into melee stabby mode, we realize that we're missing all of our shots, and we need to bring out our final ace up our sleeve. The Great Equalizer, the Ashta Tamer. 9. With the Guardian out of the way, we're finally able to reach the inner sanctum doors. Oh my god, we're going faster than I thought. Oh my god. As we open the final doors, we come face to face with the Hunter for the final time. Hello, the Hunter. And the Master of Persuasion strikes again. 3, 5, 3. No. And in what I would say is the most Bethesda way ever, we save scum our way to victory. It feels a little bit wrong, but this is a speed run. We can use whatever tactics we need to. Persuade. +5. +5. +3. Persuade. +5. +3. 5. Yes. 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 Oh my god. We need to hope that the final cutscene doesn't take 7 minutes. Okay, now we just need to go to our ship, take off. Okay, we need to add the stuff to our armillary, our thing on our ship. Armillary, activate, add artifacts. Okay. Now we need a grab jump. Okay. Okay. Okay, please don't take more than 5 minutes. Please don't take more than 5 minutes. Oh my god. We're here. We're here. This lady's gonna talk to us. Okay.
I never get.
You're me?
I thought I could.
I've done all I can?
That's. I've enjoyed.
Okay. Okay.
As you consider stepping towards infinity,
See ya.
I offer you a glimpse
See ya.
of what will happen to. Although you leave this universe behind, a new universe awaits you.
Oh my god.
What choices will you make?
Oh my god. Oh my god. My speedrun timer's bugged out. That's okay. Oh my god. That feels so good to be done. 5 minutes to spare. That's how we beat the Bethesda Gauntlet speedrun in 11 hours, 56 minutes, and 8 seconds. As we close out, I'd like to say that if you enjoyed this and want to watch me do a challenge live, I stream all of my challenges on my Twitch channel. I've also got a VOD YouTube channel where you can watch the full, unedited video of this challenge. Both links are in the description. And finally, last but not least, thanks for watching.